Hello Human Design 1-3 projectors. This video is specific to those of you who are a projector and then who also have a profile 1-3 investigator martyr. And I'm going to be taking you through the dynamics of this profile and then some shadow aspects, how to move into alignment, and I'm excited to share this information with you. Firstly, as a projector, we are here to guide our environment. We already come with this sensitivity to us, energetic sensitivity, emotional sensitivity, but we're here to really be in tune and tapped into our environment and in tune with the awareness within our bodies. So we're like the instruments that life can use to then guide the energy in our environment. Now, if you've got a profile 1-3, the investigative part of you, the mind, is always going to try to find safety, stability, a solid foundation. Now, there can be multiple shadow aspects of this, but in alignment, the line 1, the mind is used as a tool to investigate certain things. But ultimately, safety and foundation is found within the present moment, within the body, not in the external environment so much within the mind. We'll go into this a little bit more in detail as this video goes on. The line 3 wants to experience things in this reality. So it's trial and error. So you can see that it works beautifully if line 1 has built a safety and a foundation within yourself to then move into life and experience things. And through the experience of those things, you gain wisdom. The line 3 is more in the unconscious. The line 1 is more in the conscious. So you'll probably be quite aware as a 1-3 projector especially that your mind can be overactive. It's often probably searching. Now, if we overuse the mind, what can happen with a 1-3 projector is it can become, or you can become a little frantic. You can start to move into experiences from fear because the mind is constantly trying to control. It's trying to create safety through the external environment, which it's trying to control, but you ultimately can't fully control the external environment. That's why if you can get this piece as a 1-3 and find safety and stability in yourself, then the line 1 within you will release some control from the external environment and life will flow a lot more. I also want to say that if you're a 1-3 projector, we have at the Projector Movement and offering a training specifically to 1-3s, which takes this a lot deeper and is extremely, extremely affordable. So the link will be below or above if you're wanting to jump into that training specific to you. So this energy of stop-start, because if the line 1 is constantly trying to find safety, it can be in stress. So 1-3 projector, a fear pattern, a stress pattern can be very, very common. And this is what we want to break. This is the deconditioning process specific to the 1-3. So if we're breaking this pattern, we're moving out of this stress, because the stress can put us in a bit of a freeze because the mind's like constantly trying to find safety out there, but it ultimately cannot find safety out there. And then the 3 is like, well, you have to experience, you have to go for it. So it jumps into things from a state of fear, whether it's very unconscious, subtle, or very conscious. And when we're moving into life experience from fear, we will receive a reflection or a result of fear. So we'll constantly be moving into life and then getting whacked. And yes, the line 3 is here to have trial and error. So you learn through failures or tripping over, but you don't have to keep banging your head on the same wall over and over again when you're coming from fear. So this is why we want to smooth out the nervous system, find safety and stability in the body, find real foundation within the line 1, so then we can move into experience from a different energy and frequency, which is so important as a projector. What's the frequency behind the action? And when we've got safety and trust behind us moving into that action, especially if we're receiving those recognitions and those invitations, what you will discover is the actions that you will take will be very much in alignment. So even if you trip, it will be a much smoother trip, it will be a much smoother failure, and you'll learn from that so deeply, and it will be a wisdom rather than running in from fear, hitting something, and then the mind like freaking out, coming back, and then it's in this like fight or flight freeze mode of fear for the 1-3 projector. So we're wanting to really move away from that pattern and move into a much smoother rhythm throughout life. As I'm talking, I know I'm sharing a lot, and some of it might be activating or resonating, and I know I'm sharing some of the shadow aspects of the 1-3. We do want to see these aspects, because when we put a light where there is darkness, whereas there is shadow, it starts to illuminate, and we start to free ourselves of these conditioned patterns. So I'm just going to pause for a few moments just so you can ground back into your body, rather than taking all this information through the mind, which I'm suggesting as a 1-3, we want to come back into the body, find safety here. Take a moment or two, take a breath to come back and find safety in your body. So I'm just going to slow down for a moment. Just taking another full breath, allowing what I've shared to digest. So as a 1-3 projector, investigator, martyr, you're here ultimately in alignment to dive into experience deeply, because you want to investigate, but you want to experience it. And experience comes through action, to actually experience something fully. We want to make sure, where are we coming from? And this pattern of stress and fear is often right there. So that's going to be a huge deconditioning process to come into, to break these patterns. And if we do that, and we start coming from the heart, start coming from deeper parts of our body, start listening to life from an openness, from a curiosity, and then move into experience from that place, you're going to be moving through life deeply in alignment. So if you're wanting to dive deeper in specifically the 1-3 projector, then there is a training below that I invite you into, and it's a beautiful, profound, powerful training. And if you're wanting to go even further into the projector nervous system, into these stress, fear-based patterns, the projector movement has a deconditioning course, the ultimate deconditioning training for projectors. And this is an in-depth, expansive, softening dive into the conditioned patterns, starting to break these, which is important for a 1-3 projector, to liberate yourself from these patterns, to move into life from a place of trust, from a place of ease. So one thing I'll leave you with is there's going to be a lot of energy in the mind as a 1-3 projector. Start to move some of that energy down into the body, but not from a stop, start, like forcing. Start to go on walks. Start to dance slowly. Start to bring some of this energy through the body so you can find safety deeper in the body, not from the mind. And if you do this, the results that are going to start to come into your life, the invitations, the alignments, will be profound. Wishing you a beautiful journey as a 1-3 projector. If you like this video, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, and until next time, have a beautiful journey. Bye for now.